Good morning students. Today we are here to read our first chapter of class 8th, that is crop production and management. Okay, so in this chapter mainly we talk about how we can increase the production of our crops and their quality, and how we can manage that harvested crops in for a long future time period. Okay, means in this chapter mainly we talk about the ways through which we can improve the quality of crops and improve the production of crops. Okay, and how that crops we can manage or we can store for a long time period. Okay, so firstly, now we are going to start. Food is essential for our survival. As we all know that we can't live without food except 2 or 3 days or even a week. Okay, because food is a thing that provide energy to do work. If we not eat of food in a proper way, then we can't do work in a proper or with the energetic ways. Okay, so that's why food is essential for our survival, and we get a food from plants and animals also. Okay, some food we get a plant from plants, and some we that gets from animals, so that is included in animal husbandry. Okay, animal husbandry is a way in which we can obtain a benefit from animals, okay, and take food from them. Next is food needs to be produced on large scale to meet the increasing demand. As we all know that the population of our country is increasing day by day. Nowadays there is 137 crores population. Okay, so as much the population increase, so as much the increasing crop yield we need. Okay, मीन्स हमें क्रॉप की प्रोडक्शन भी उतनी ही इंक्रीज करनी पड़ेगी. ठीक है, अकॉर्डिंग टू द पॉपुलेशन. नेक्स्ट इज नाउ यू आर सीइंग दिस पिक्चर दैट अ फार्मर ग्रो क्रॉप्स in their field. Okay, so first question is, what is the farmer doing in this field? Means this technique, name this technique that is farmer used in their field. Okay, so this technique is a plowing. Okay, what is the plowing? Plowing is the digging or loosening of soil. Okay, next is, how would this help the soil? Means plowing how help the soil for a proper growth of crops. So is it increase the amount of water in the soil, increase humus content, increase aeration, or decrease aeration? Okay, so the answer is increase aeration. Increase aeration means when we lose the soil, it allows to pass oxygen or air through the soil particles. Okay, and that process helps the crops for a proper and a healthy growth of crops. Okay, so now we are going to move on our main topic. So first is food from plants. So growing plants and rearing animals for food, clothing and other useful products is called agriculture. Means first the definition of agriculture is growing plants and rearing animals. Rearing animals means हम पालते हैं. ठीक है, किन को पालते हैं? Animals को पालते हैं for obtaining food from them. Okay, for example, we rear a cows, buffaloes because we have to get a milk from them. Okay, and for clothing we want a wool from a sheep's. Okay, yak and other useful products we want from plants and animals. So that needs that we completed our needs, or we completed our requirements, that process is known as agriculture. Okay, now what is a crop? When we grow a same type of crop in a large field, so that is known as a crops, okay, for either it is for food, either it is for clothing, okay. So that plants in a large that plants of a same kind in a large field are known as a crops. So here we can take some examples. For example, maize grown in a large field form a crop of maize. Examples of food crops are cereals. Cereals means rice, wheat, maize, pulses, जैसे हम दाल कहते उड़द, अरहर, एंड मूंग बीन्स, फ्रूट्स, मैंगो, एप्पल, बनाना, वेजिटेबल्स, स्पिनच, पोटैटो एंड ओनियंस, ओके. So these are the some examples of crops. Now crops are divided into two parts. So first one is Rabi crops and the second one is Kharif crops, okay. Rabi crops are generally planted in June and harvested in October. Kharif crops are planted in June and harvested in October. For example, rice, maize, cotton and groundnut. So these are the some examples of Rabi crops. Now examples of Kharif crops. Now what are Rabi crops? Rabi crops are planted in November and harvested in April. For example, nowadays we are going to harvest the wheat, okay. So wheat is a which crop? So wheat is a Rabi crop, okay. Wheat, barley, pea and gram are examples of Rabi crops. Now agriculture practices. What are agriculture practices? Agriculture practices are the activities that we are perform for maintaining our crops, okay. मीन्स ये एक प्रैक्टिसेस होती हैं, एक्टिविटीज़ होती हैं जो हम अपनी क्रॉप को ग्रो करने से, प्लांट करने से लेके उसे हार्वेस्ट करने तक जो भी एक्टिविटीज़ परफॉर्म करते हैं, दैट एक्टिविटीज़ आर एग्रीकल्चर प्रैक्टिसेस, ओके. नाउ दीज एग्रीकल्चर प्रैक्टिसेस you have seen on your book that it is classified into a chart form, okay. So firstly we have to prepare a soil for our crop, okay. Means firstly we have to prepare a soil for our crops by which methods? Plowing, leveling and applying fertilizers, okay. So what is the soil preparation? Soil preparation is the main medium in which plants grow. The roots of plant absorb water, air and vital nutrients, okay. Means without soil we cannot grow any plant, okay. So soil is the main medium. If there is a no soil, then how we can grow any plant, okay. So soil is the main medium in which plants grow, okay. So the roots are present in the soil. So what is the main function of roots? Roots absorb water from the soil, okay. It also absorb nutrients, the main important nutrients that is present in the soil, okay. So this is the main important functions of soil for the production of crops, okay. Now soil preparation involves plowing, leveling and applying fertilizers. Now we are going to discuss one by one the following steps of preparing a soil, okay. So first is plowing. The process of loosening and turning the soil is called plowing and tilling. What is a plowing? Plowing is the process through which we loose the soil, okay. So this process is important. Why this process is important? First one, it allows the roots to reach deeper into the soil. जितनी रूट्स मिट्टी के अंदर जाएंगी, सॉइल के अंदर जाएंगी, उतनी ही वो जो क्रॉप है वो हेल्थी होगी, ठीक है. That's why it allows the roots to reach deeper into the soil. This helps to fix the plants more firmly to the ground. Second is it helps in trapping air in the soil, okay. Because when we lose the soil, there is a presence of small pores through which air transfer into the soil and reaches to the roots of a plant. Next is it helps the soil to retain moisture for a long duration, okay. Due to the presence of water, there is a ability to soil to retain a moisture for a long period of time. Now next one is it helps in bringing nutrients. It helps in bringing nutrients rich soil to the top. Next, it helps the soil to mix well with fertilizers. It helps in the removal of undesirable plants, that is known as weeds. Means in a particular field we grow a same kind of plants, okay, and the other plants, if any other unwanted plant grow in that field, so that are the weeds, okay. Next is the burrowing action of organisms such as earthworms. As we all heard about that earthworms are the friend foe for farmers, okay. So why they are friend foe for farmers? Because they burrowing into the soil, okay, and that burrowing helps the soil to maintain a balance into the soil for the proper growth of plants, okay. It helps in loosening and turning the soil, and these organisms also helps to decay on dead plants and animals and make a organic manure for them, okay. And it also helps in the formation of substance, that is a humus, and humus is a very important for any growth. And wherever a humus is present, that crop needs a less water for the consumption, okay. Now next one is soil is plowing with the help of a tool called a plow, okay. Means a tool that is used for a plowing, that is a plow. The plow and other tools needed to carry out agriculture practices are known as agriculture implementations, okay, and the agriculture instruments. Plows are drawn either by bullocks. In traditional time periods, plows are drawn either by a bullocks, okay. But nowadays we can use tractors. Okay, and advanced techniques for the loosening of soil. Now the second is leveling. What is a leveling? Okay, so after plowing the soil becomes up and down, okay, at some places, okay. So for level the place of that soils, we have to press them. Even after plowing, big lumps of soils may remain in the field, so these lumps we have to crush it, okay. So we have to crush it, that soil lumps, with the help of a wooden or iron planks that are known as levelers, okay. And the process by which we can doing this, that is leveling, okay. Now next one is applying fertilizers. As we all know that fertilizers maintain the presence of nutrients, okay. As we all know that in our India there are many type of soils, okay, and in each soil there is not a presence of all nutrients. Sometimes nitrogen is present in less amount, sometimes potassium is present in less amount, sometimes sodium is present in less amount, okay. So for maintaining a balance of these nutrients, we are applying some fertilizers to them, okay. So now fertilizers are of natural types and chemical types. So now we are going to read about the main difference between natural and chemical fertilizers. So first one is, these are obtained from plants and animal waste. Natural fertilizers are obtained from organic waste, okay, and these are we also known as organic manure, okay. But chemical substances are produced in factories and they are totally artificial, okay. Now the second point of natural fertilizers, it increase the content of humus, but chemicals does not increase the content of humus, okay. Now natural fertilizers are some examples like manure, compost, bone meal, okay. So these are the natural fertilizers which we are made by nature, okay. But chemical fertilizers like urea, ammonium sulfate, potash, nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, okay. So these are the chemicals that we use for our crop, so that's why they are known as chemical fertilizers. Now next is selection and sowing of seeds. Selections means if we select a good quality of seeds, then they give a good result for them, okay. If we firstly select a low quality seeds, then it also give a low quality production, okay. So the selection of seeds is more important. So selecting good quality healthy seeds is the next important part of crop production. In India, a government body, means a authorized body, provides some seeds to the farmers, okay, and that body is the National Seed Corporation, okay. It provides a good quality crop of seeds to the farmers at a lower rates, okay. Now after selecting seeds, we have to sow down in the soil, okay. Sowing का मतलब क्या होता है, बेचना, okay. Sowing is the process of planting seeds in the soil, okay. So what are the main methods or main points we have to clear about during the sowing, okay. So seeds should be sown at appropriate distance from one another. For example, if we are going to grow a crop of wheat, okay, if we are going to grow a crop of wheat, then we have to manage that at how much distance we have to place a plant to plant distance, means how much plant to plant distance we have take for the by which any plant get a प्रॉपर न्यूट्रिएंट्स, ओके. अगर हम एक ही जगह पे बहुत सारे सीड्स को रख देंगे, ठीक है, तो वो जो अगर वही एक प्लांट वो सारे न्यूट्रिएंट्स लेता, कहाँ वो एक प्लांट के सारे हिस्से बट गए हैं, ठीक है, क्योंकि वहाँ पे कितने सारे होंगे तो उनको प्रॉपर क्या है वो न्यूट्रिएंट्स नहीं मिलेंगे, उतनी वो जो हमें क्वालिटी इम्प्रूव करके नहीं दे पाएंगे, ठीक है. नाउ द सेकेंड इज सीड्स शुड बी सोन एट करेक्ट डेप्थ, नाइदर टू शैलो नॉर टू डीप. हमें डेप्थ भी देखनी पड़ती है, ठीक है, ड्यूरिंग द सोइंग ऑफ सीड्स. नाउ नेक्स्ट वन इज मैनुअल सोइंग. मैनुअल सोइंग इज द प्रोसेस बाय विच वी कैन स्प्रिंकल द सीड्स, okay, means in which we can't care of about the distancing between plant to plant, okay. We can throw a seeds by sprinkling them, okay. So seed sown in this manner are distributed unevenly. Also, this method may not show that all seeds are sown at the correct path and all the seeds are grown, okay. Now using a seed drill. Seed drill is a machine through which we can sowing the seeds, okay. So seed drill can be pulled across the field using bullocks or tractors. Seeds sowing using a seed drill are distributed evenly and placed at the correct path in the soil, okay. Means a seed drill is a machine that we use in our present time period, but in later on we can use a bullock carts for the sowing down of seeds with the use of plowing, okay. Now at this point we have already done about the soil preparation. Soil preparation is done firstly by plowing, then we have to level the soil, and third is we have to apply fertilizers, okay. Now the second point is after sowing the seeds we have to irrigate it, means we have to give a water to the seeds, okay. So now we are going to discuss about irrigation. So irrigation is the method through which we provide water to the plants. So seeds sown in a soil require water for their growth. Water requirement different from crop to crop. For example, as we are all belonging from a farmer's family, okay. So what is the main difference between growing a rice and growing a wheat crop, okay. Rice contains a lot of water for growing, but wheat manage with the low water also, okay. So for instance, paddy needs a constant supply of water, whereas wheat requires water at regular intervals. Rainfall is one of the main source to crop for have been devised. Irrigation refers to a artificial application of water to the soil for assisting the growth of crops. Now irrigation having some methods. Some of them are traditional and some of them are modern methods, okay. At the traditional time periods when the technology is not such introduced, so then we use a canal irrigations, furrow irrigations, chain pump, okay, pulley system irrigation are some of the traditional methods of irrigation, and these methods are cheaper, okay, but it do a lot of wastage of water also, okay. Now modern methods, in modern methods we use a sprinkler irrigation and drip irrigation, okay. So these are the some examples of modern methods, but they are costly, but the main benefit of them is it helps in saving water. Okay, for example, in drip irrigation only the water goes at the roots of a soil instead of into the whole field. Okay, now next is care must be taken not to water the field excessively. Excess water may damage the condition of a crops and causes of water logging. अगर हम एक ही फील्ड में पानी को ज़्यादा छोड़ देंगे, ठीक है, तो उससे भी क्या हो जाएगी, वाटर लॉगिंग हो जाएगी. ठीक है, तो हाउ अ वाटर लॉगिंग हार्म्स, फर्स्ट वन इज डिक्रीज द अमाउंट ऑफ एयर अवेलेबल टू द रूट्स, and second is leading to an increase in the salt content of the soil. Now after irrigation we have to do a weeding and crop protection. Okay, so why we need a weeding? Because there are some unwanted or undesirable plants that grow in the field or that is harmful for our plants. Okay, so we have to remove that unwanted plants, and that process is known as a weeding. Means the removing of weeds is called a weeding, and weeding is either done by manually. Manually means done by our hands also, or done by with the some chemicals. Okay, but when we use some chemicals to kill the weeds, then that process is known as a weedicides. Okay, so here we read three terms. First one is weeds, weeding and weedicides. Okay, now what is a manual weeding? Okay, what is a manual weeding? Well, manual weeding can be uprooted either by hand or with the help of some instrument that we use for our agriculture, such as harrow, trowel and hoe. Okay, means these are the some manual weeding. Now manual weeding has the some disadvantages. Why? Because it takes a lot of time to consume. Okay, and may uneven lead to accidentally removal of desired crops. मीन्स जब हम उन वीड्स को रिमूव आउट करते हैं तो हम क्रॉप्स के जो सम कुछ प्लांट्स हैं वो भी हमसे बाय एक्सीडेंटली रिमूव आउट हो जाते हैं. ठीक है, नाउ सेकेंड इज द इम्प्लीमेंट्स सच एज आर मेड अप ऑफ आयरन एंड नीड रेगुलर मेंटेनेंस टू प्रिवेंट रस्टिंग. एज वी ऑल नो दैट आयरन कंटेन्स अ रस्ट. ठीक है, बिकॉज व्हेन द आयरन इज कमिंग इन द कॉन्टैक्ट ऑफ एयर एंड वाटर, then a reaction is happened and it forms a rusting on iron materials. So these instruments take care as much as possible. Now the next topic is using weedicides. As we all talk about the weedicides, firstly that what is the weeds? Weeds are the unwanted plants. Okay, and the chemicals we are used to kill that weeds or unwanted plants that are known as a weedicides. Okay, so a weedicide is a chemical that is used to destroy weeds. Weedicides destroy the weeds without affecting the crops. Means there is a no side effect on crops. Okay, some examples of weedicides are Dalapon, Metachlor, Cesiazine are some examples of weedicides. Some as we all know that some animals also affect the crops. Okay, for example rat and some insects damage a crop, damage a whole crop of a farmer. Okay, to stop such a things, now what we can do? So for animals or insects we use a pesticides. For only plants or unwanted plants we use a weedicides, but for animals and insects we use a pesticides. Okay, so such animals are called as a pest. Most pests can be destroyed by using chemicals called pesticides. Now what are the disadvantages? Means what are the side effects of weedicides and pesticides? First one is accidentally contact with these chemicals may adversely affect the health of farmers. As we all know that these are the strong chemicals. Okay, when we are in contact with these chemicals, they causes our skin infections. They burn our skin. Okay, they start itching on our skin, means it provides some health issues when we are coming in contact in large amount. Okay, now the second is traces of these poisonous chemicals may damage in crop themselves, which can be very harmful to human life. Means these chemicals containing some amount of poisonous. Okay, so that poisonous also kill the human life. It is therefore very important that before using a grains to eat, we have to wash it carefully, okay, or wash it properly. Wash it properly for grains as well as vegetables, means everything that we are going to eat is firstly we have to wash it, okay, because we for our better production of crops we have to use sometimes herbicides, pesticides, okay, but if we consume that herbicides and pesticides into our system, then it affects the human life as much. Okay, now the next one is harvesting. Okay, so what is the harvesting? So as we all already read that in agriculture practices, firstly we did a soil preparation. Okay, after that we started sowing seeds. Okay, after sowing seeds we provided a water to the plants, that is irrigation. Okay, and after irrigation we have to provide some medicines, or we have to provide some chemicals to the plants, that we have to take care of them. Okay, that we prevent the crops from some insects, some animals and some unwanted plants. So we have to use some types of fertilizers like weedicide and pesticides. Okay, so after doing that we have to do at the end we have to harvest the crops. Okay, harvest the crops means cutting of crops and gathering of crops. So that process is known as a harvesting. So harvesting of cereal crops is either done by manually with help of sickle, as you see in the picture of sickle. Okay, in your book, that this is a sickle, means we have done a harvesting. This instrument or this equipment is used in a traditional time period. Okay, but it is a very time consuming, as we already learn about the manual sowing. Okay, and manual removing of weedicides, pest. Okay, so this is also a manual, but this manually this is a time consuming. But now in a modern time period, technological time period, we have to use the machines for harvesting that are known as a harvesters. Okay, so after harvesting the grains of cereals, plants are separated from rest of the plants. So it is done by threshing and winnowing, but nowadays we have to use a combine harvester. Okay, in combine harvester the both works can be done, means harvesting is also done and threshing is also done. Okay, now a new term arises, that is winnowing. What is a winnowing? Which involves the separation of grain from chaff. Okay, chaff is a covering of seeds. For example, here you can see that in a rice crop, when we separate out the rice from that plant, it covers with some thin layer of that plant. Okay, but we have to remove that thin layer. So that thin layer we are removing with the help of a technique, that is winnowing. It can also be done by manually or by a machines. Okay, so the machines used to remove that husk. Okay, that husk we have to remove with the help of winnowing machines or by manually hands. Okay, so this is the process of harvesting. So after harvesting our crop, we have to store it. Okay, for why we are storing that food? Okay, we are storing that food for our future use. Okay, so what are the important things that we take care for storing our food? So first one is Harvested grain needed to be stored before they are made available for consumption. To prevent their spoilage, it is necessary to ensure that both the grain and the storage are free of moisture. So why it is needed that that place is free of moisture? Because if that place containing a moisture, or if that crop containing a moisture, it हम कह सकते हैं कि दे अट्रैक्ट द इंसेक्ट्स टूवर्ड्स इट. ओके, अगर उनमें मॉइस्चर होगा, सिल्लापन होगा, ठीक है, तो वो क्या करते हैं रजे, इंसेक्ट्स को अपनी तरफ इंट्रैक्ट ज़्यादा करते हैं, ठीक है, अट्रैक्ट करते हैं, सॉरी, ठीक है, जिससे क्या होता है, वो जो फसल है, ठीक है, या फिर अगर उसे कीड़े लग जाएं, इंसेक्ट लग जाएं, तो वो क्या है, ख़राब हो जाएगी, ठीक है. सो द ग्रेन आर ड्राइड in the sun to remove the moisture as much as possible. Okay, if sometimes the grains having a moisture, then we have to dry it under a sunrises. Okay, under a sun rays. Now they are then weighted and packed in gunny bags or bins. Bulk storage of grain is done in granaries and silos. Now, the storage area should be kept clean and dry. Pesticides should be sprayed beforehand to keep pests away. Periodic inspection of the storage is necessary to ensure the safety of grains. Okay, means to stay away the pest, we have to use a pesticide according to the time periods they needed. Okay, and we have to do a पीरियोडिक इंस्पेक्शन मीन्स हमें वहाँ पे जाके उसका दायरा करना चाहिए, वहाँ पे उसे देखना चाहिए बार बार जाके कि आवर क्रॉप इज़ ओके, मीन्स इट contain any disease or not. If they are in contact with any disease or pest, then what treatment we are using for that crops. Okay, now increasing crop yield means it is increasing crop yield. We have to use a good or a better agriculture practices for improving or increasing the crops and crops quality. Okay, now how we can increase the crop quality? So first method is mixed cultivation. So what is this? In this type of cultivation, two or more different type of crops are sown in a particular field at the same time. The crops chosen are such that the nutrients needed of one crop are fulfilled by the other. Means इसमें क्या होता है, एक ही फील्ड में हमें दो या दो से ज़्यादा जो क्रॉप्स है उनको सोन करना चाहिए, बीजना चाहिए. ठीक है, उससे क्या होता है, जो क्रॉप्स वहाँ पे होती हैं, ठीक है, वो एक दूसरे की नीड्स को पूरा कर पाते हैं. मीन्स एक दूसरे को अपने न्यूट्रिएंट्स शेयर करके, जैसे हम अपने फ्रेंड्स के साथ फूड शेयर करके, ठीक है, अगर कोई खाना नहीं लेके आता तो हम उसके साथ फूड शेयर करते हैं कि आप हमसे ले लो. ठीक है, तो उसी तरह इसमें क्रॉप्स एक दूसरे की हेल्प करके, एक दूसरे को न्यूट्रिएंट्स प्रोवाइड करके वो प्लांट्स की प्रॉपर अच्छी तरह से ग्रोथ करती हैं. ओके, एज वी ऑलरेडी हियर अबाउट rhizobium bacteria. Okay, so where a rhizobium bacteria is present, rhizobium bacteria are present at the roots of some plants. Okay, means some plants containing a root nodules, okay, that plants are leguminous plants. So that containing a root nodules, okay, in root nodules it helps in the fixation of nitrogen, and nitrogen is the main nutrient for the proper growth of a plant. अगर कहीं पे भी नाइट्रोजन प्रेजेंट है प्लांट्स में, ठीक है, तो वो क्या है, एक प्रॉपर ग्रोथ में हेल्प करता है प्लांट्स की. ठीक है, सो some examples of leguminous plant is like a pea plant, chick plant also, okay, moong also. Okay, so these are the some examples of leguminous plants. Now next one is crop rotation. Rotation means it comes after a fixed period of time, okay, again and again. So crop rotation means the practice of growing two or more dissimilar crops in the same field. Okay, means to mostly in India we did our I mean to say that we did our crops or farmings on the basis of crop rotation. Okay, so the mainly crop rotation obeyed by the Indians, that is rice, and after rice is there is a wheat. ठीक है, फॉर एग्जाम्पल इन पंजाब अगर 6 मंथ हम वीट बीजते हैं, कनक बीजते हैं, ठीक है, तो उसके बाद क्या आता है राइस, फिर राइस को हार्वेस्ट किया, फिर कनक आ गई वीट, ठीक है, फिर उसको हार्वेस्ट किया, ऐसे ये जो साइकिल है रोटेशन है ये चलता रहता है. ठीक है, अगर हम इफ़ वी ग्रो अ सेम टाइप ऑफ क्रॉप for a whole time period, okay, then what it happened, then the soil loses its fertility. Okay, so the practices of growing two or more dissimilar crops in the same field one after the other is called crop rotation. This is done keeping in mind the nutrients requirement of a particular crop. For example, crops such as wheat and paddy, okay, use up a lot of nitrogen from the soil. This lost nitrogen can be replaced naturally if leguminous plants, as we already discussed, that pea, soya bean, green beans are sown after wheat or paddy. Okay, means it also helps to maintain the balance of nitrogen cycle. Okay, means crop rotation also helps in maintaining a nitrogen cycle. Okay, so what is a nitrogen cycle? Nitrogen cycle we are going to discuss in our next chapter. Okay, so this is all about our chapter. Watch this video carefully. If you have any doubt in any question or in any topic, then we are going to discuss in our classes. Okay, so I hope you understand it very well. Thank you. Have a nice day.